News, effect, Mandela, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I forgot to report on this channel. Okay, so, along with Teching 101, Lily sharing the same birthday as me, Lily having to answer fan mail, Lily, with a group chat going up and down, where they constantly double imply that I'm not a nerd and that I get pussy, which is bullshit, money is money. And there's a very big, important fact to this video. Alongside, the whole year of Chris Brown, going into, the same days as the Home Depot around the Cooney arc, this video, represents why, I understood that literally, even though the creator of Dragon Ball Z dies, anime is still an industry. Like, there's still gonna be Dr. Child, there's still gonna be Spy X Family, there's still gonna be Kill la Kill, there's still gonna be this, and that. And how do you go to someone from game, like this, and that, because it doesn't matter because I master organic feelings. So if you wanna know, literally, back in the day, I got to realize, literally, that through my whole life, with everything, with Funimation included, that literally I could fall back on freshman year forever if I didn't know it was going to be elaborate. And what I mean by falling back on F year forever, F is for family, what you need to understand is that I'm back in a generation where it's still organic, where we don't live off organic principles anymore. So we need to get into a dank topic of the video. We're not putting something in the middle for this video today. Fuck that. And you have to understand that literally, when I, did the whole, rap for Kamala Harris and how she became vice president, literally, is when I recognized I kept on saying the Morse code over and over again. Even if she doesn't win, literally, his son will prevail. Which means grabbing by a pussy I live through and through. And, I made a video on another channel, literally, that isn't political, which is just me saying facts, because I'm a black guy, literally, and I live through the fact, when I made that AMV break your little heart, and makes you recognize that literally, even though I brought it back to the future when you can feel the lyrics, when you can feel the chorus, literally, I remember that it's still a rock song and I'm black. It's still a punk rock song and you're black. It's still trying to hang out with Isaiah doing drugs. You have to understand that. And nobody's going to push the fact that I'm a gorilla and that, socializing literally gives you too high expectations that those people aren't really popular, they're just doing drugs. Literally, that's why he used to miss 200 pounds. And that's why I used to hang around him and Rihanna. Literally, that's why I used to get shit, thrown in my chest because of that factor. And that's a very big issue. You're thinking that's all popular. Oh, it's my music. He's listening to heavy metal for a reason. He's a fucking junkie. And, that's a big, reputation. My Sandre, and Sandre will whoop his ass, and this, and that. It doesn't matter, I play guitar a little bit, and, what I did at Alpha was literally, the, meaning of, Alpha, is the beginning, and Omega means end. So, I can't say the meaning of Alpha and Omega, just yet. Just understand. I'm getting heavily off topic for this video. Now, let's this video begin. So overall, and yeah, what I did was I showed you that I can do screamo, I can do this, and that music, but it doesn't matter unless you give me, side by side, interpretation is not, but real life validation on paper. So this video officially, starts off with, a Mandela effect and why, an abusive girlfriend is okay with you and you're okay with watching a Mandela as long as you're not going into that NASA building. So what happens lately, if you're rolling with life, if you're rolling with cream, there's a whole reason why lately you go head to head, with your single mother household family. Apparently when dead, it's because tree is when you have the advantage. That's why they drag it on and give it tree, when you understand. This video is about multiple things, the reason why, the beginning is so fucking stupid, literally, is because I can't get through to the majority of people, but this is, crazy, because what this is I'm gonna, go real for the very first time, I hope it's not getting to, number 4 in this video, and what I mean is, I want this video to be as organic as possible, so please, literally, skip to number 4, literally, if you, don't believe in organic content. So I'm gonna start off literally with the Mandela Effect anime called Card Captor Sakura, literally, which was never on Kids WB, literally, where if you watch the Toonami plays, we watch all the Toonami, literally, we get this, epic, theme song by somebody who wasn't even there in their original, time, literally, singing Card Captors, literally, a British man. There was, anime that revolved around the shop, and that's the topic for this video. Me and Robert literally watched the anime when we were younger. That was on Kids WB, along with the One Piece arc when they're in the snow. Literally, that we understood and set us up that we both thought at the same time. When you watch anime, you're destined to be a pedophile, especially literally if you watch anime. And that's what me and Robert thought right then and there, and that became the theme, of this, meaning video, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't say year because I don't jump to conclusions. And that was the whole thing. And it revolved around, three little girls at a toy shop, like the Powerpuff Girls. But this card captor Sakura was there. Now, there was a card captor before, and how Mandela works is off inorganic principle, but it's twisted, Lily. There was a card captor, but there wasn't a card captor Sakura. Even if it was, Lily, it wasn't even on WB. So that was 3 dimensions. But that's your word versus mine. If I'm not in the adaptability, I'm not with the scientists going hand by hand. Lily, which is probably one of some of the strikes them again in the video, is that's the reason why, I don't do it. And that's a deep meaning between, me and Robert, for a long time, because a lot of people say that Robert's abusive, and that he's this and that. In reality, he's just fucking cream, literally. What me and him share is that, literally, we can't stay on the cream feeling forever, because the more you hold on to cream, the more reminiscence, the less you gotta be in the future, and the less you gotta have chances of getting a car, and shit like that. You need to understand that this is crazy shit. You need to understand something critically. There is a time, literally, where I had an official company, by Funimation, literally, and Life and Times of Junior Police, what I got famous for as an adult is literally, how cartoons have inner dialogue and innuendos. Literally, when I'm watching Junior Police, not only is the theme song is good, but I'm able to tell he's Mexican, I'm able to tell he looks like somebody who I'm dating, literally, and that affiliate girl, the purple hair girl from Junior Police, literally, I laughing at her, it wasn't even funny, literally, and then when Gon literally got into the reality show, I started watching Affiliate, he turns it off. And that shit was so funny. So, the thing about literally watching things like, June on the Beat and Code Lyoko was I, calculated literally if you could watch it, until you're 30, because I started watching, when I was 24. Literally, you can't watch at 30. I did all the research, but I'd rather not, literally. It's a kid's show and it has, dialogue. Yeah, and alongside that, there's this funny-ass episode of Grossology where there's a white basketball player. If you want to know, more information, it wasn't just me in the era, back then, when you think, you're thinking about, a girl a lot, literally, multiple people were thinking about her at times, like the era, literally, they were thinking about, Abby, just as much as me, try to get the same, and they all got a rose from stone. You have to understand that. Literally, it happens to the same, thing, 24/7. You have to, understand that at a critical level, I don't take what people say too seriously anymore, because now I know the whole story. And I know better than anybody, Tara Song, the voice actor of Raven, Lily, I know that C wanted to be Tara, Lily, actually in real life, but because of her criminal record, Lily, C could only be Raven, and, Raven at parts, and, I've actually lived, what Raven thinks about and what she talks about in the show, because, I used to be, goth, I used to think this, and that. And, it's stupid because, I know how to, be purple, I know how to be this, and that. I know purple is a disease, and you can't, go too far when it comes to that, Anytime where you want to, blame government regulation, without living legally is terrible. And, that's all I have to say for this video, I can't, keep it, CB all throughout, so it's like, whatever, man.